What if I told you the way it has always been done is not the best way? Facing your fears will change your life. The passion behind this journey is merging two separate worlds into one with the goal of creating value and awareness for a better life.
I'd rather be sidelined trying to achieve greatness than watch greatness achieved and it only set on the sideline. Now introducing your host, Jacob Emery.
This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by Unlocking Greatness with Jacob Emery, a coaching community built for those ready to become the strongest version of themselves. Weekly calls, proven playbooks, and a community built to grow. Greatness is not given, it's unlocked. Join us today at jacobemery.com or DM coach at jacobemery44 on all social media platforms. Have you ever went through time and looked at your own resume? Do you have a resume built that you can use at any moment, just in case you may need it? I never really understood why someone would keep a resume updated or frequently use one until I was asked to provide mine. I wasn't asked that for 10 plus years. And then all of a sudden, I want to buy R&R Pipeline. Why would I need a resume for that? I've been here my whole life, since I was a 16-year-old kid. Well, it's pretty interesting to know that what you've accomplished, what you've done, what you can make tangible in a resume is a pretty good indicator of the scorecard that you're keeping for your life. So I went back, and this would have been 2018. I went back and really looked at my journey, and I seen a lot that I forgot about, and I remembered a lot of things as I went through that I had not really thought about for a while. Starting in 2005, I went into the shop as a shop helper, and that meant I was cleaning the drains out where the oil was changed because the drains were clogged up. I was moving the oil pans out. I was cleaning the shop. I was collecting all the things that had been thrown in the corners and the garbage and just the grunt work, bottom of the barrel work. I think $7 an hour at 16 years old. Part-time probably at best whenever I could during the summer because I was out of school then. Just enough to get me gas money to go around and hang out when I had that opportunity. I would change oil. I remember the first time I ever changed oil in a truck, I had no idea what I was really doing. And I kept trying to figure out, man, why does this thing need so much oil in it? And after probably 15 or 20 gallons of oil, I realized something was, or 15 or 20 quarts of oil, I realized something was off. I didn't check the dipstick because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Didn't think to do it, didn't know to do it. I just kept filling that damn thing up. Looking back now, oblivious to what I was doing. Kind of funny, actually, when you think about it, but then I had no idea. So I didn't know what I was doing then. That's where my journey started. 16 years old at R&R Pipeline, I didn't know that I needed to check a dipstick for the fill line and oil. Talk about humble beginnings. I worked part-time in the summer, in between my sophomore and junior year and then my junior and senior year. I hated every moment of it. I couldn't tolerate it. I had cleaned trucks. I was the complete grunt, and I was made known of that to be the case. But I was also just an arrogant prick. I would have cut-off shirts on that made no sense. Why I was wearing them, I don't even know. They barely covered up my sternum to my belly button. I don't know why I even had them on. I actually got in trouble and wrote up for not having a shirt on one day when I was cleaning a truck in the sun. Completely oblivious to life. It's embarrassing to think about now. And although reality is like, what the hell was this kid doing? Now I can take a moment, step back and appreciate it and laugh about it. But then it's just like, God, who is this idiot out here doing this dumb thing? That was where I started at. I did not do well in school. I never considered myself someone that wanted to be educated. So to learn something new was probably something that I wasn't very good at. I was not very open to learning because I already knew it all. I got this figured out, this whole life thing. So the summer going into my senior year, I went back to R&R Pipeline and I did not stay in the shop. I got to go out to the field. That's where I started to understand just a little bit about work. Not that I wanted to do it or did it, but I understood it. So whenever we would do big pipeline jobs, there would be a restoration crew that would come behind the pipeline crew and do all the restoration. So in cornfields, they would go through, they would compact the ditch, seed and straw it, clean it up like brand new. And that's what I did for a while. Seed and straw. I was raking out rocks, seeding, strawing, doing finished grade work with topsoil, making yards look brand new again. And I would do that pretty much all throughout the summer, going into my senior year. So this would have been the summer of 2006. I would run some equipment if someone would be off of it long enough for me to hop on. But really, I didn't do much learning about pipeline, except for I learned the job site locations, which was unique because I got to go to multiple different locations. I did learn about the end product and what good looks like. I also seen a lot of what bad looks like. But then I learned about the safety side of what was caught, not what I was taught, and some really idiotic things that you probably shouldn't do along the way. That was kind of the beginning of understanding the field side of it. Going into my senior year, I could have cared less to be at school. I would skip class most days, and my last 2 periods were study hall, so I would almost daily get out of those, and I would go to work. So right after school, I would go cut grass, do landscaping till dark, 3 or 4 days a week. On the weekends, I would work Texas Roadhouse, do doubles when I could. I hated that job. Customer service is not something I was good at. And I would also work occasionally at Abercrombie and Fitch Kids. Believe it or not, Abercrombie and Fitch Kids, I used to work there. It's actually comical to think that'd be the case, but worked there, and it was in the kids store because of my age at that time being 17. I would help moms find clothes for their kids, basically. And I don't think it lasted maybe 6 months because it was low pay. I got a discount on clothes. That was about it. I could not stand customer service. It was never a strong suit. I don't deal well with people who complain or just want to whine about something. It's not exactly what I'm good at. But I enjoyed interaction to some degree. Columbus at that point, Easton at that point was a much further drive it is now, but it showed me a little bit of a different side of the world than what would be to come normal for me for the years to come after. 2007, I graduated high school, barely survived it, barely. There was a threat for me, I think, maybe a few months out, like, gosh, I better really get my shit together. I'm not going to do good on any of these tests. I know that I don't know much, and I know I'm not very good at any of this, so there was some serious concern there. Then when I started labor force, so go to East Liverpool, Ohio, which is right on the border of PA. My very first job ever. My foreman then is actually a project manager at R&R Pipeline today. I've learned the hard way what the pipeline can do to you if the environment takes control of you. And it took control of me. Tried to bury me. It never did. But holy shit, was it brutal. Graduate high school, and then a week later, I'm living out of a hotel room against all better judgment. I fell into the environment that I did not want to fall into. And to say that there was a unique blend of individuals at that point in time would be an understatement. And holy shit, did I see different backgrounds of every possible imagination that you could have right now. And I learned quickly when to shut up, when to say something, and when to just walk away. Very unique experience. Very unique. That first job, I can still memorize, still visualize almost daily what it was like. Moments of doing certain types of work, moments of fights breaking out, moments of chaos with homeowners, porta-johns being caught on fire, equipment being caught on fire, people trying to blow our shit up. It was crazy. And that was my first job. This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by R&R Pipeline Inc., an infrastructure company. Join our team today at rrpipeleineinc.com